I think it's important to try to build these connections. Like I said, it's time consuming. If you're gonna literally put it on your task list for the day, for the week, for the month, and prioritize it, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take thought, and employees, especially those that are more emotionally intelligent, can sniff out insincerity really quickly. Of course, the reason for all of this is I believe it builds better relationships at the company, builds better loyalty among your employees, and also helps you as a leader figure out what drives those people, why they come to work. I think connection creates an environment where people respect you for taking a genuine interest in them. I think they'll then seek connection with their coworkers, which I believe does build stronger teams and build stronger financial outcomes for your company. It means you have lower turnover, better retention, and I truly believe, and I've seen this in action, that it translates into how your employees treat your customers. So we're in a third-party service business. We have customer relationships that are the lifeblood of our company and literally pay our bills. And I take great pride and how I see our employees interact with our clients. And when they walk into a conference room and I see them hugging our employees, saying hello, and instantly talking about, like, we have an employee whose daughters are a little bit behind a client's daughters in age, and they swap clothes. You'll find that if you take the time to build connections with your employees, they'll both believe in the importance of building connection and also develop the skills to do so. I personally don't buy into it. Now, it's easy for me to say because I've never had a company large enough to say, well, we're going to have a whole chief people office and we're going to have 10 people in charge of special events and they're going to set up, all of our potlucks. That's a luxury we've just never been afforded. I don't love those corporate roles. I'd rather that be a responsibility that is viewed as vested in all employees, especially all your leaders. I think it's less artificial that way, less risk of it being perceived as, oh, that's just somebody's job, and more like people buying into, hey, that's something everybody here does. They all build connection and we all try to support our employees. I definitely have employees of any company. Once you get above 2 or 3 employees, they're going to disagree. There's going to be some dislike. I think those are great opportunities to teach people professionalism. So I think you try to take those opportunities where people, they know a lot about each other and they might not like each other. I mean, it can come down to, like, I can't believe you rooted for that NASCAR driver last weekend and I root for this one, and they're enemies. Just like it's, Red Sox and Yankees fans. Like, and it can be, surface level, or it can be a real deep dislike. In the workplace, I think you can actually use it as an opportunity because you have something in common now. So even though you might disagree on that stuff, you probably all agree on the place to work. And you probably all agree on why we're doing it here. I think it's tough to get the like-dislike, but at least we can kind of aspire to get them neutral so they can march in the same direction. But it's definitely a challenge. Start by saying I think connection is a two-way street. Right? By connection, I don't mean get to know. Get to know is kind of one way. That's you knowing them. I think connecting is you knowing them and them knowing you. And of course, that comes from asking questions, but asking them in a genuine way. I think you have to go a layer deeper with your employees. And it can be challenging, and it means all the time in all of this. It's, again, going back to my opening point, it's two-way. You have to reciprocate in order to build the connection. Like recently at CampusDoor, we started compiling a list of everybody's bucket list items. You get a lot of insight. And again, it's two-way. I shared mine too, but you get a lot of insight about a person and asking them, like, what's on your bucket list? What do you want and why? Like, your bucket list is, to go to Niagara Falls. Your bucket list is to throw out the first pitch at some place. Why? Is it because that person really likes baseball? Is it because somebody in their family played baseball? Is it because, there's some other sentimental, connection between them and that thing they want to do? We see a lot of value in our company into building real connection. Again, I think that can be discerned from getting to know or sort of lip service, but building a real connection with your employees, I think it not only hits the bottom line in terms of retention, but it can really go a long way then with the way they treat your customers and then how much retention you have with their customers. So it is definitely more work. to try to make a concerted effort to be connected with your employees and your team, but it really pays off in the long run.